Tanzania has grown, and as many African countries have shown good growth, there are obviously issues of sustainability, because we know a lot of this growth has been from resource commodity exports and so on. And the issue is that can you really transform into being more competitive, more export technology-driven economies and so on. And actually at Africa's Center of Economic Transformation, we're really trying to understand transformation from the perspective of depth, what is called diversified economies, in terms of export competitiveness, productivity growth, technological upgrade, and human capital. So those are the things that we want to see. Have we seen that? Yes, we have seen growth, but we may not have seen depth. So we can't really say we have seen transformation yet. Productivity is very low. If you look at our agriculture, for example, we have been doing some work on cotton. If you look at the productivity of cotton, it's really half what it should be. It's actually half of what you see in West Africa if you look at Tanzania. And in many other crops, really, productivities are well below what they should be. Agriculture is an important sector in all economies, in Tanzania economy, in terms of employment, and also in terms of GDP. But for agriculture to transform, you need what you'd call very strong value chains. So we care about productivity, but we care also about logistics, processing, about markets. And all this chain has to work very well. What we are trying to do is understand what are the challenges along the value chains and what can be done to strengthen value chains so that they can support what you'd call stronger processing sectors that can lead to economic transformation. So basically, we have studied a number of crops, and we have looked at the value chains, and we have identified some of the challenges and potential interventions that can really help in upgrading the value chains to unlock the potential that agriculture has. When you start looking at trade in terms of international prices changes and so on, you find that being more linked to international trade can really have positive impact on farm gate prices. For example, Tanzania imports quite a bit of rice. Yet Tanzania has a lot of capacity to actually feed itself in rice and also export to regional markets. There are potential important policies in terms of trade that can really help in unlocking this. But more importantly is really policies to help create strong processing sectors. And this really requires we have strong supplies. What do you need in strong supplies? You need farmers. Right now, what we have are subsistence farmers, mostly. But subsistence farmers really produce for food. They don't produce for industry. They only sell what is left over. But industry has very, very specific requirements in terms of what they want, what varieties that they want, and so on. So you have to start thinking of how do you develop an ecosystem that supports different types of farmers. If you look at a supply chain in a well-developed economy, you'll find that only 10% of the jobs are in actual farming. 90% of the jobs are in the other stages, logistics, processing, markets, and so on. Therefore, it becomes critical that we have a supply chain that can respond to this whole chain. But that supply chain requires different kinds of farmers. It requires commercial-oriented farmers. And these farmers will only come if we start giving more attention to what we call medium commercial farmers and large-scale farmers. But we also have to understand that it's part of an ecosystem. Having medium-scale commercial farmers who are strong, they can also contract the small-scale farmers that we care about, and therefore we are excluding the small-scale commercial farmers. We are just creating an ecosystem that makes all the farmers be part of the supply system.